fans of YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, your movie apprentice, and today we are talking about a certain TV show that has returned after 2 years away. I am, of course, talking about Better Call Saul Season 6, which has premiered not one, but 2 episodes to finish in after the long wait after that hell of a Season 5 finale, which follows two plot lines. One side being the plot by Kim Wexler and Saul Goodman to get revenge on their old colleague and friend Howard Hamlin. On the other side, we have the fallout of the failed assassination attempt on Lalo Salamanca, as Nacho is now having to go into hiding as he is obviously the culprit that led the assassins into the compound. This show, man, honestly, this is a show that could have easily been just a cash grab prequel like any other show, but it has gone above and beyond in its quality and its execution to make it stand on even footing with Breaking Bad, and I would argue that it is in fact better than Breaking Bad. Now that might be because I saw Breaking Bad quite late after it finished. I finally watched it, whereas Better Call Saul, I've experienced it episode by episode upon release. We have had a couple of years away from the show, so the first episode very much leads us gently into the plot line, with Lalo covering up his survival by effectively getting a body double corpse to take his place and letting the cartel believe that he is dead so that he can low-key try and get his revenge on Gustavo Fring. But obviously, for those of you that have watched Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, you know Gustavo Fring is not so easily convinced, and he is very skeptical about the fact that Lalo is in fact truly dead. Meanwhile, Nacho is terrified. He's in a little safe house, but he grows more and more paranoid as to the lack of information that he is provided across these couple of episodes, and gives us some of the standout moments. Quite frankly, for the majority of the first 2 episodes, the most engaging plotline is that of Nacho in hiding and Gustavo and Mike figuring out the next steps in terms of balancing out the tension between the Salamancas and their enemies. The Saul and Kim Wexler storyline, it is very good as a nice little caper, and I will never ever get bored of when Saul Goodman puts on an act and hams it up. He has this amazing little scene in a country club. That's all I'm going to say. But it's a classic Saul Goodman. I should step away from the situation, but manages to pull something out his ass and pulls out a great manipulative performance. Though, while Saul Goodman is no doubt great, Kim Wexler is the star of the show. Rhea Seehorn is brilliant. How she has not won an Emmy yet for her performance as Kim Wexler is really surprising, especially with how we finalize the second episode. The second episode features a return of two characters from way back in season 1, and the way it plays out is masterful. The way the show just sits on these dialogue scenes, some of the best scenes in this whole show have been just characters talking, and it's so entertaining and so tense. And you can tell at times that Saul Goodman is sometimes a little bit terrified of Kim Wexler. She went from basically being just the Skylar White of this show, but she managed to do what Skylar never did, and that was to make herself endearable to the audience, as she actually has a bit of a Walter White-esque descent. She goes from the straight and narrow lawyer that believes in peace and justice and the law, but as she has gotten closer and closer to Jimmy or Saul, whatever you want to call him, across the runtime of the show, she has gotten more and more into that grey area, bad lawyer type. And she is absolutely brilliant in this. Some of the trump cards that she pulls are fantastic. And quite frankly, I don't think without Kim we would get Saul Goodman that we do get today. We obviously have the flash forward sequence when the show starts, and it's a very subtle one, but so much is told to us through the visual storytelling. As you know, this show, as well as Breaking Bad, had a lot of visual storytelling. The cinematography and the camera placements and the color grading have always been fantastic. Though I must say, one thing I've never really grown to appreciate with these shows is the editing in it. The way scenes cut between each other is second to none. There's a particular cut that is just one character being in a certain part of the frame and it's smash cutting to another character in that same part of the frame in the exact same position and pose. Brilliant. It's cinematography that has laid it out, but the way that just works as a cut, as an edit to go from one place to another is something else. Like, you want to see the art of just filmmaking and media making, you watch this show. There is a lot going on. The script is tight. The show is very diverse in its characters. I love how it manages to still give us tension. We know a number of the main characters in this will survive the finale because they are in Breaking Bad. Their stories continue in to Breaking Bad. So the show knows this and makes sure to focus on characters that we have no idea what the fate is going to be come the end of the show, and give us some very tense moments. Every time you see Nacho, you are worried that he's going to be caught or he's going to be double crossed in some way, shape, or form. Does Kim die, or does she end up behind bars due to the shady stuff that she and Saul Goodman are pulling? What is it that causes the downfall of this codependent, brilliant yet toxic marriage between the two? There are so many layers to this show, and I really can't wait to see where it goes next. Like I said, the first couple episodes start off slow in the first episode, but set the seeds, planted some herrings for the second episode to grab and run with. There is just so much about the show to love. If you have never watched any episodes of the show, please give it a watch. It is some masterful television, and you should definitely check it out. These first two episodes have been fantastic, and the cliffhangers we are given at the end of each of the two story arcs at the end of episode 2, I cannot wait for next week, and I can't wait to see people talking about this online. To summarize, for me, the first two episodes of Better Call Saul season 6 are a great cup of tea. So, Better Call Saul, let me know, who is your favorite character. I'll say give me one existing Breaking Bad character and give me one new character brought to us in the Better Call Saul show. Let me know down in the comments below. You made it this far. Consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. We are aiming to hit that 400 point, hopefully by the end of this month, but if not, by the end of June at best. But until next time, everybody, my name is Josh. I have been your movie apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next one.